Hello, my name's Skylar, and I want to talk about these outer body experiences that I had when I was a really little kid. In fact, the first one there's three of them, and it starts off with me coming into reality. I was not inside of my vessel when I first came into reality, or I was, and then the second time I saw my body, and I'll just explain. I only have visual remembrances. And the first one starts off, I'm in the back of a car. Probably in a baby seat, because I'm in the middle seat. And I have no idea how old I am. I just came to this place. And I'm looking through the front window. Vision's kind of weird. It's blurred up, not very blurry. I can see the street light that we were driving towards, and that street is Adams Street. I only know that now. And there's these fences on the side. If you're driving towards the light going south, and that's all in my visual remembrance. The street light and the fences that you have to drive by, that would make you going south. And then a movie cut screen. I have no idea how else to explain this. Movie cut screen, and I'm in a completely different place. The only thing in my vision is the color blue, and it's the sky. And then, so I'm kind of looking like this, I guess, with outer body experience eyes. I'm looking up like this, and then pan down vision, just like I'm doing with my head. There's a boy in my vision. The kid vessel, like this vessel right here that you're looking at through this video, the younger me was the first human being I ever saw. And this vessel's looking to my left. I'm kind of below it, like if its head were here, I'd be a couple feet below, and I'm kind of in front of it. Or I shouldn't say kind of, I am in front of it, a couple feet away from it, and lower than its eyes, is all I could say, so wherever, anyways. And then, just like another movie cut screen, I'm like behind this boy. I'm like right here. And there's a girl off into the distance, and it's my sister, and she looks flustered. In fact, my vision even kind of like magnifies. I can see her. I can hardly see this part of this vessel, but I can see it, and then she's closer in my vision. These outer body experience eyes, if you would like to call them. And she's flustered. She's waving me over. She's like, get the fuck in here. So I went from being on this road 1 mile away from the apartment complex that I was living in. I'm not even in a car at this point. I'm in the middle of the street of the apartments. And then my vessel just starts running over that way. But me? I'm inside of the apartment. My consciousness, whatever. I'm already inside of the apartment as a boy comes through the door, runs across and goes into the kitchen, and boom, I'm inside of him now. And I have to talk to my sister about something, and I'm just trying to go forth with life. This is the first thing to ever happen to me. The displacement of time, from probably when I was in the back of the car, I am a mile north, and we were driving south. There could be a 4-year displacement. I could have been brand new baby. And I only know I was 4 years old because later that year in October I turned 5. That's the first one. That's all the visuals. That's the best visuals I can give you. Now, the second one, I kind of have a little bit more diagram. Or this is the third one. I want to say it first. And it has displacement of objects. I'm awake interacting with people. So, I wake up, shower, get ready for school. I'm in the 6th grade. And first, at my school, you'd have like a 15-minute recess. You'd go in, you go back to school. Then you'd have lunch. And during lunch, we all decided to play a baseball game. We just used a bat and a tennis ball. And I'm first baseman. John is the first batter of the entire game. And when John gets up to the plate, hey, move to the back, he's hitting it hard. How fast does a ball go past first base? In fact, how much time does it take? Let's give it 1 solid second. It takes 1 solid second for it to pass first base. So, I see the pitcher pitch, and I see John hit. And the ball goes straight towards my face and stops. And my vision comes inward. It's black. It's like a movie. You know how the widescreen settings or whatever the settings are? It's black over here. And this ball is spinning counterclockwise in my face. I can see the lines. I can see them rotating. I can see the fuzz on the tennis ball. And then another movie cut screen from there. That lasted 2 to 3 solid seconds of it went around twice in my vision. Not, here's this part of the white string, and then here's just the ending of the other part. No. Went through and went through. And then, like a movie cut screen, I'm like several feet back to the right, and I'm higher than my vessel. I'd say like 777. That's effed up, kind of. But anyways, here's the visual of the ball first coming to my face before I go and give you the visuals of where I was next. Here's the field. I'm first baseman. This is while I'm still inside of my vessel. And that is the only vision I have. Only visual memories I have. Now, movie cut screen. And I'm several feet away from myself. I'm viewing my vessel from afar. I am I'm right here. I only have visual remembrance of being right here for these next events. Now, when I get to there, you see how this crappy drawing still has his hand on his knee? He hasn't even seen a ball yet. My vessel was in a standstill, athletic position, ready for a ball. And then 1 second later, this ball comes. I catch it. I saw this. I watched this part happen. And John was the first out of the game. Interaction with all of the other physical vessels around me while I was several feet viewing all of this from afar. Here's displacement. First, I can't hold this. The ball had to come into my vision for 2 solid seconds. And then this had to happen. Body displacement, the ball's displacement, as you can see, there's a wide angle in this. And the thing I hate about the way that my outer body experience eyes move about, I have no control over it. The way I look, it's like as if, it's like, hey, God, no, I can't say it that way. Your vision just moves. You don't have control over it. None. Nor your vessel. I felt I had no control over any aspect of anything that I currently was. And the time displacement is about 6 seconds of a single hit. That's the third one. And the second one just has this weirdness to it. Has very insignificant parts to it, but it kind of has something weird to it. So I'm back at those apartments. They're called the Magnolia Apartments. And I'm riding my bike over at one of my friend's place. We're just on the road, and I fall. I have no visual feeling of first hitting the ground, or visual feeling. I flew out of my body before this happened, and I was in front of it. I could see this part of my head as my body lays flat. Or, it wasn't even flat, just had its hands. You know how you fall off a bike, put your hands out to keep yourself up. You skim the crap out of your knees. And, I see this part of its head. And then my vessel does this. And it looks over at something. I had no control over the way it looked. My outer body experience eyes viewing this from probably about 4 feet in front of it. And it's teleportation-like. There's no movement feeling. There's no visual distortion from you moving to moving. It's like as if you're interchangeable matter and you just went from here to here because those points were connected anyways. And my outer body experience eyes just pan over to my left, and there I am a year later. I'm wearing a blue Nike jacket that later for my birthday, I got that for my birthday. My birthday's in October, it's kind of a cold month. That whole part I find insignificant. The only significant part is in a little section of this world, there were 3 of me. There's one 4 feet in front of me. There was this visual recognition, the only recognition I have. I don't even have recognition of me being on the ground like this, looking at concrete. And then me looking over to see this other me. That's all I have. I seriously want answers. I've had questions all life long.